If you've ever said, "I'm fine," while actively suppressing the urge to throw a chair, this is for you. Or if you've ever apologised to a chair for walking into it, yeah, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a recovering good girl. For years, I thought being nice, agreeable, accommodating was just who I was. Turns out, I was terrified of disappointing people. And here's the problem. Good girl syndrome is keeping you stuck, exhausted, and low-key miserable. And no shit, we are done with that. So let's get into it. What, do you say yes before you've even processed the question? Apologise for literally everything. Sorry for existing. Sorry for breathing too loud. Sorry for apologising too much. Do you go along with plans you hate to avoid being difficult? It starts young. As little girls, we're told to be nice, polite, helpful. You know what boys are told? Go have fun. So by the time we hit adulthood, we are so damn good at making sure everyone else is comfortable that we forget that we exist. And here's the kicker. Good girl syndrome isn't just about being nice. It's about shrinking yourself to fit into a box that society has built for you. It's about putting everyone else's needs above your own to the point where you don't even know what you want anymore. And let's be real. When was the last time someone told you to go have fun? Here's the cost of staying trapped in good girl syndrome. Chronic exhaustion from doing things you don't even like. Why am I at this party I don't want to be at? All right, because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings? Or you have a total identity crisis, and every time someone asks you what you want, you're like, oh, what do I want? Oh, I want everyone else to be happy. Or you feel guilty the second you take time for yourself. If I was to tell you I took a 10-minute nap, would you consider me a monster? Look, if you've ever said, I just don't have time for myself, but somehow managed to binge watch an entire Netflix series in one weekend, we need to unpack that. I used to be the queen of saying yes when I meant no. I mean, it's a funny story and it's a basic story, but a friend asked me to dog sit for the weekend. 3 months later, I was still walking that dog twice a day. And why? Because I didn't want to be rude. Rude? You know what's rude? Taking advantage of a people pleaser. But you know what? I didn't even realize I was doing it. I thought I was just being a good friend, but really, I was just being a doormat. And we all know that the doormats don't get invited to the fun parties. They just get walked all over. Tell you something about my personal journey. I was married, a mum of 2 young kids, working full time and supporting my now ex-husband, saying yes to everything, enabling my ex, taking on all the responsibility and trying to keep everybody happy. I had no self-discipline, I had no confidence, and I really thought I had no options but to just keep living and existing. And you know what happened? I got burned out. I was overwhelmed, completely broken, and honestly, I didn't even recognize myself anymore. But the thing is, that breaking point, it probably was one of the best things that ever happened to me because it did force me to stop and ask myself, what do I want? What do I need? And why am I living my life for everyone else? And that's when I really started to reclaim my power, my fabulous. I started saying no. I started setting boundaries and I started putting myself first. I was going to say without guilt, but without too much guilt. And it wasn't easy, but was it worth it? Of course it was, because now I'm living life on my terms, and you can too. And just as an FYI, it doesn't need to involve a divorce or a big life changing event. It can be small steps you take to work on yourself, build your confidence, and reframe your mindset. I now show up much better for my kids, the people I love, and in all aspects of my work, life, play, whatever it is. So here are some things that you could consider doing. The power pause. Next time someone asks you for something, pause before you say yes. What can you say? Practice a sentence. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. Game changer. You can reframe selfish to self-respect. Why is it that when a man takes time for himself, he's focused on his career, he's relaxing, he's golfing, whatever. But when a woman does it, she's neglecting her responsibilities. And the truth is, prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's just called being an adult. You could say no without over explaining. I mean, if your default no comes with a 7-paragraph essay and a PowerPoint presentation, I think you're overdoing it. So change the script. No, that doesn't work for me. Then shut up and watch the magic happen. Another thing, embrace the awkward. Because let's face it, saying no can feel awkward at first. Not even at first, often. But awkward is better than resentful. So embrace the awkward. Practice in front of the mirror if you have to. And remember, you're not responsible for other people's reactions. Don't carry the burden. All right. If this little hit a little too close to home, don't worry, because you're definitely not alone. So here's your challenge. Say no to one thing this week that you would normally agree to out of guilt. Even if it's just saying no to a meeting you don't need to be in, a small thing at school, just try it. And then come back and tell me in the comments. I want to hear how it went. I want to hear all the drama. And if you want more tips on confidence, boundaries, and living life on your terms, make sure to subscribe, because trust me, I've got a lot more coming your way. And why should we not share our experiences? Oh, and one last thing. If you're ready to take this to the next level, I'm going to be sharing how to set boundaries without feeling like a mean girl in my next video. Because let's be real, boundaries don't make you mean, they make you magnetic and fabulous. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, you are fabulous, you are worthy, and you deserve to take up space in this world. So go out there and start saying no to things that don't light you up. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your most authentic, empowered life. See you next time.